Good morning, welcome back to Everyday Struggle. I'm Nadeska here with DJ Akademiks, Wayno, and Star. Gentlemen, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on?
Oh. Hey.
Oh.
Sorry,
I was sick the last time.
Okay.
I got over that little flu, or whatever it is, the thought flu, I call it.
Thought flu.
But I'm back.
A weekend in the Caribbean healed you, or what?
A weekend in the Caribbean, and also Father Time and God. It definitely helped me.
Praise Jesus. Praise Jesus.
Here we go. There we go.
Well,
you guys' weekend?
Well, not as good as yours. Actually, you want to take a look? Let's see what Ak was doing in DR this weekend.
He's 69, man. You're finally in the building. Yo, welcome to the Brunch Club, the biggest platform on earth. 50 million subscribers. This is going to be your biggest look ever on earth, man. Listen, we doing you a favor by bringing you up here. But,
no, you're doing yourself a favor. Because to be honest, this is going to be your highest rated video,
what
right?
You talking about?
It's going to be your highest rated video. The biggest thing that y'all did was 4 years ago, and it was with the Respect My Name. To be honest with you, nobody knows y'all but for that. Like,
bro, what are you talking? Yo, first of all, man, fuck all that. Did you even pass your GED, my nigga?
I did, and I did pass my GED. And for all the haters that think that I was going to go to jail, now I can suck my dick because I passed my GED. So say congratulations.
Yo, you so arrogant and everything.
All right, so two dudes who clearly can't swim, kicking it in a pool. But Star, he passed the GED though, right?
The gangster and the floaty? Like, you know what I mean?
Yo, you cut the video as soon as you flopped in that water. You knew you didn't have that breaststroke.
Man, I got to do. Hey, listen, I was in the Dominican Republic. I've been ghostwriting tracks. I don't know if y'all know. And I had to go direct the video.
Okay, right.
Let me salute my man Cole Bennett. It's a track that I wrote. This is going to be a smash, and this is going to be, I hope it gets nominated for a Grammy, that I can say I won a Grammy.
Can we address the real issue of the video?
The issue that Black Tuna
Why is that an issue? The inner leg rub.
The inner
leg massage.
I'm glad you brought that. Twitter is so homophobic.
Oh, no, Akademiks.
It is so homophobic. Low key. That's part of the reason it went viral. But here's the thing.
What?
Homie can't swim. You could clearly see.
So you let him feel your leg?
No, he wasn't feeling. It's a nigga trying to stabilize. That's why he's tilted on his back.
Heard you.
You get me?
Dudes who can't
now,
swim.
I'm not gonna lie. It looked crazy.
It looked crazy.
But you know what? That's why it went viral.
Although I think you're now totally fucking compromised because of this. I have to say that was a fun video. It just proves that. What's that?
The brunch club is.
I'm now up to speed, you know, but I thought it was very entertaining.
Well, so
that was funny. I ain't gonna lie. Man. I commented like 4 times on your page on that one.
I mean, you gotta make fun of some serious situations. But the brunch club hottest in the streets.
Well, so Ak was trying to be cute, of course, talking about the Breakfast Club interview he did before flying to DR, where he was as confident as always. He basically addressed all of his issues, very open about it, including what happened when he was down in Austin for South by Southwest. Here's what he had to say.
There's grown-ass men marching the streets looking for me. Like, that shit drives me. Like, I got these niggas missing work. You know what I'm saying? They not taking care of their kids. Them niggas marching the streets looking for a kid with rainbow hair. Like, how stupid could you look? Like, you know what I'm saying?
All right, so he also made some dismissive comments about YG, who later tweeted, "fuck 6ix9ine." But after watching this, should rappers engage at this point? It's clear that he knows what he's doing and he's having fun with it, getting under people's skin, as he said.
Well, I'm gonna comment on the interview first. This interview is the first time I've ever seen a rapper, especially a young rapper, go up to the Breakfast Club and he spun Charlamagne like he was a goddamn ballerina, man. Like, Charlamagne trolls a lot. And he trolls artists, not completely, but he'll say certain trolling shit that's funny. And this kid, who is naturally a troll, I just call him a troll because all his Instagram shit, he's a troll. He went up there and he had an answer for everything. He hit back pretty quick, and they weren't prepared enough to kind of corner him on anything. So, like, I mean, me listening back to it, I seen a bunch of holes in what he said, but in the actual interview, he did great. And for a new artist who gets no media training, as we talk about, to go up to the Breakfast Club, you know, a place where you're gonna get asked everything and to handle it, I thought that was great.
Well, he had a good strategy, right? He would make the point he wanted to make and overtalk. Yeah, exactly.
I think he was just natural. If you're finished, I'd like to jump in. I want to be sensitive because I don't want to come off as hating on the Breakfast Club. I used to be at Power 105.1, syndicated into 11 states. This was a horrible interview. Horrible, in my opinion. This young man was attacked by 3 people that are supposed to be at the forefront of the culture, the art form. And I don't want to call out names, but they sounded somewhat out of the loop. And he was attacked. And I thought he handled himself very well. He was wide awake, no sunglasses early in the morning. He looked tired, but Yeah, he spun this. He defended himself. He's the hottest nigga in the country right now. Fuck just New York, in the country. And what he said was accurate because he seems to have an understanding of the landscape. I think this is their biggest interview on YouTube. I don't know.
I think it's too soon to say that.
It's the fastest one.
Fastest one.
For the last,
I have to say salute to Bozo. He handled this well. And again, he was attacked. Yeah, no, that's Bozo the fucking clown. And I'm not saying that to shit on him or to clown him, but even he says, you know, grown-ass men are chasing a guy with fucking colored hair. He passed the GED, salute. I hope Buckwald passes his. But I was on his side, rooting for him. And let me also just say this. Why they attacked him, I don't know. They seem to be so concerned about his safety, gang talk, yada, yada, yada. But, you know, other people have come on that platform, promoted the gang activity lifestyle, and they suck their dicks. Why did they come after him? That's beyond me, but he handled himself well.
I'm kind of thrown off, but I don't know how to take Tekashi anymore. I don't know if he's dead serious or he's just absolutely joking. I don't know what it is anymore. Like, when I seen the interview, it was very entertaining, super entertaining. But I'm just like, I don't know if he's dead serious by some of the shit he's saying, or he's just joking. I don't know anymore. Like,
there was some gems in there.
A lot of gems.
I thought he handled a question when Charmaine said, "Yo, well, if you're a gangster, why didn't you go with? There was 100 people at your show. Why didn't you go?" And he says, "There's a difference between gangster and stupid." And for a kid to actually have that response, there's a lot, because that's testing the ego almost. Oh, okay.
He's like, no, listen, like he keeps, all right, it's a few things I got from it. I don't mean to cut you off, it's a few things I got from it. It's like, okay, that's why I say I don't know if he's dead serious or not, because he's a grown man too. He has a child too. So it's like, I don't know if he's just playing around with people or if he's dead serious. But that kid, he's not a kid. He's a 21-year-old man making millions of dollars.
Well, let me correct when I say kid. When he says kid, and by the way, that's not a child, right? 21, right?
He's not a child.
But I think he's comparing himself to, and salute to my nigga, the game is 40. He's 21. The game been in the industry for 10, 15 years. This is year one for him.
Right.
He's comparing himself, he's saying that all these guys who are clearly, they shouldn't be concerned with the rookie who's now in the game doing some shit, but they're all turning their focus towards me.
But they're not concerned with him because he's this great rapper. They're concerned with him because he's being disrespectful to what they feel their culture is, whether anybody cares about it or not. That's why people are concerned with it. It's not like people are just picking him out of nowhere.
And that's where I actually agree. And that's why I believe the Breakfast Club, if they were trying to make a point, they could have done that. But there was one hypocritical statement he said, right? Because he did say, yo, I have freedom of speech. I can say what I want. I don't threaten anyone particularly. And I think that's where it kind of gets a little bit hazy, because everybody who's either showed up or marched in the streets, whatever, he never threatened them personally. But do they feel disrespected because of how he's portrayed their city or whatever? Yeah, so that's why they're doing something about it. Do they have that right? Sure. I guess the freedom of speech thing goes both ways. But you can't really say it's just freedom of speech and then in the next breath say, test my gangster.
I disagree with you. I think the culture, as you just said, is being redefined right now. There are no parameters. There are no guidelines. There is no council, with the exception of what Q-Tip and LL Cool J and MC Lyte are doing. I don't know if that's a national council. There is no parameters. He's playing the game, I have to say, and I'm nobody's fan. But salute to Bozo. He's playing the fucking game.
I think playing the industry game. I think what you're talking about, they were attacking him. I'm just interjecting. They're saying like you're playing with the music industry and you're playing with the streets, and that's where it gets blurry.
It's all the same now.
Is it all the same?
Sadly, it's all the same. Everybody wants to be a rapper. Nobody wants to be a drug dealer anymore because they know that's a fucking dead end. He's riding the fence. He's doing it well. And again, I'm not his fucking fan, but I have to respect how he's maneuvering.
I say, like, he's either a genius or he's fucking crazy. Like, he's either a mad scientist or he's like this genius. I don't know. It's like, is he just doing this because it's helping him win? But at the same time, it could be detrimental to your health. You know what I mean? Like,
he feels, and by the way, he compared himself before to Floyd Mayweather, right? Where I don't think it's an undefeated thing, but Floyd Mayweather made the majority of his money from people buying pay-per-view hoping to see him get knocked out.
Right.
And every time you get online, is his chain getting snatched?
Right.
Is someone finally doing something?
Yeah.
And every time it doesn't happen, more people keep coming.
And why is the Breakfast Club is so concerned about his safety. They play music that antagonizes, that intensifies, that celebrates the ignorance of the fucking streets. I know this to be true. I took blood money for a lot of years. I sat there and let a whole lot of shit go through it. I said, whoa, that's fucking pretty intense, the lyrics. But, you know, hey, I'm getting a check.
I mean, I think he's gonna get. I don't think that they're attacking him. These are the questions.
They attacked him.
These are the questions that you're gonna get asked based on your actions. Like I get where you're coming from with that, but they're gonna ask him like, "Yo, why do you keep doing all of this gang shit if you don't really want no?" Or you're gonna ask these questions. Nobody wants to see this kid die.
And I agree with all that, but I will say for a kid who, again, he does come across as arrogant. He is arrogant, but he said, "Yo, I had 5 songs. I made a Billboard Hot 100."
Right.
They talked for an hour, and there was no music talk. There was not even, okay, listen, your album did well.
That's why he was attacked.
Your album did well. Let's talk about, do you have another none of that. It was nothing about, hey, what song? None of that.
But he said, he started off saying, I want to get straight to it. He didn't want to talk about his music. They asked him, yo, how to get your name, that. He said, nah, I don't want to talk about none of that.
He wanted to cut the shit short.
Yeah, he wanted
why
that,
I'm
though.
here. Let's get it cracking.
Well, you could get beyond that. You could address all that shit in the first half an hour and spend a half an hour on the music. But let's be honest.
What?
You bring an artist up here, you ain't even trying to talk about it. It's an interview. Like,
well, him. People want to know more about him and what he got going on than his music.
Be honest, the Breakfast Club or any outlet ain't bringing no nigga up there.
Nah, most of them, they don't talk about no music. They don't.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, everything out there against him, it's gonna come off like an attack, right? That's why, to Star's point, I won't even like argue it. It's gonna come off as an attack when you're constantly asking him, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Right. Even though legit questions, but it's gonna seem like he's being attacked.
But isn't that sad that the hip-hop arena, that the interviews center around bullshit and possible violence? And if I
salacious shit that could sell.
If I can just throw a name out here. If you go to Elvis Duran's morning show, they don't talk about all that gang shit. They purposely, and they make it a point known that, hey, let's just touch on that, but let's talk about the music. It's a different mindset. It's a different approach. I thought it was, again, they attacked him. I thought he handled it well, but as a man of a certain age, I have to look at it and say, wow, why are we still entertaining just the lowest form of entertainment in 2018 by way of hip-hop? That's all I wanted to say.
All right. So again, a rapper like YG watching this interview can understand why he would be offended, but at this point, is it worth even engaging knowing that this is how Tekashi feels? Like, he's just, he's not taking any of this seriously.
Isn't that the new
cloud chasing?
New slang?
I will not accuse YG of cloud chasing, though.
Sure he is.
I don't think
I think those guys are deeply offended. The only thing is that you only add more energy. Honestly, this is what I would say. For the people who don't like Tekashi, the hate fuels the movement. As I was saying with the Floyd, like, you can't talk about him, if you tweet fuck him and block, you're only hyping it up.
Yeah, clout
if you don't like him, and I
Why
would
do you
say
think
that
it's clout? I don't know if it's, we can just say, so look, I could understand where someone like a YG is coming from. If you grew up on the West Coast and you grew up in a culture that's serious, it's like a life or death issue, and someone is sort of like just joking about it on the internet all the time, I can understand how that's offensive. How are we dismissing YG? He's an established artist, he's a good rapper, I think.
Today's generation, in my opinion, 95% of them are clout chasing. That's just the norm. I mean, people say shit.
But are we looping in a YG and someone brand new like
He's
Tekashi?
not above it? He's not above it?
No, there's a case to be made for it, but just off YG's character, who I think he is and what the principles he stands for, I'm going to say no. But, of course, remember, we talked about the song he dropped, the Sue Whoop song, which we kind of were asking, is he talking about Tekashi? Now, if these guys have never met, and you're just talking about the new hottest guy on the block in your song, that might be for some attention.
But again, is it because of his music or it's because of what he's doing behind the scenes that he finds offensive?
But is he doing it directly to you? There's a lot of people doing some weird shit out there. You're only talking about him because he's hot.
No, it's not. He's not talking about him because he's hot. He's repping blood. YG is blood. Like I don't know if people know how that shit is religion to them. That shit is you can't play with that shit.
I'm not arguing that. I'm arguing why are you going at him now?
What other bloods is out here running around acting, doing the shit that he's doing?
So that's what I say. You're proving
Chris Brown.
No,
it's
Chris
not the
Brown.
same. And they've had their issues too. A lot of people don't know that. They have their issues too. You're just not going to see everything in the media.
Is Chris Brown blood. He talks that hot
He
shit.
is.
Yeah.
He is.
He's also a singer and a dancer. So
And
he
he
intertwines
Right,
all
but
that
he's,
shit.
he's also in LA with Bloods on the ground out there, right? With the whole, it's not that.
I hear what you're saying.
Right.
But was Chris Brown ever gangbanging?
No, but the
exactly.
issue is not about him. Listen, the issue is not about him gangbanging. Tekashi could have done all the shit that he's doing. It's just when you start putting up like the video that you had on your page where people was in the background saying, fuck LA, we the new LA, that shit is offensive. And that's coming from people that never go to LA. That's what and that shit is dangerous. Somebody's gonna, when they see you put that up, they think you co-signing that shit.
Let me ask, and I'm going off what he said with the cloud chasing, because I do believe hella people are offended, but we have to also realize why certain people are using their platforms to voice other shit, right? Like the game, Whack 100. Whack 100 was co-signing 6ix9ine not too long ago.
Right.
Obviously, and probably the LA shit, but the game came out on stage, he's now dissing him.
Right.
You get me? So like I do realize it's a growing movement where once you say fuck this kid because there's a lot of people who don't like him, it does give you some more attention. Is that the only incentive why they're doing it? Clearly not. Hella people are offended in the West Coast. YG, he's finally made his stance be known. The game, people were waiting for the game to
Everybody
speak
in the
about.
West Coast is offended. They just because they haven't said something, a lot of people are not gonna say something because they don't want to talk about that shit because it's very sensitive.
The only people who I would say is possibly cloud chasing is the rappers who don't have anything going on. YG is a recording artist who is doing good for himself. The game, he's on a tour still making millions of dollars, right? So he's doing well even if he's not the hottest at the moment.
Right.
There's certain rappers that I've never heard of until this. Like their claim to fame is this. So that I would say that they're trying to build a career off saying fuck this guy.
But the issue was YG. It wasn't all these other motherfuckers. We talking about YG and Star said him being a clout. He's not chasing no clout.
Clout chasing.
He doesn't need anything from Tekashi to be successful. He's successful without him, without beefing with him. You know, it's getting to the point now where they like, fuck it. I'ma say something now.
I respect what you're saying with regards to the origins of gang life in gangland, but the younger generation moves different. It's, you know, everybody's doing shit.
How do they survive?
For a come up.
How do they survive,
the YG thing though? Because I got calls before the Breakfast Club interview aired, and it was people who cool with YG or whatever, and they were bracing for what Tekashi said about YG. So I do believe that Breakfast Club interview where he belittled YG, right? Of course, he probably felt some way about the LA thing, but he belittled him saying that guy isn't really as successful as me. The only song I remember him from is an old song called Tooted and Booted.
But he was trolling right there.
It was trolling, but clearly YG is offended by it, right? Yeah. Again, I think this is also another silver lining. We have to see how it plays out because your trolling is super offensive.
Right, and that's why I'm saying I don't know if he's just a comedian or he's dead serious. Like you said, when you start saying "test my gangster," yo, you can't be saying, you can't use certain type of words, man. Like you could still troll and be funny and all that, but once you start talking that, yo, test my gangster, y'all niggas could suck my dick. Like that's crazy.
Hey,
I let my nuts hang.
That's crazy.
I'm riding with Bozo. I'm sorry.
I made a point last night, which I was like. I was talking about this whole interview on stream, and I was like, yo, why does Tekashi even feel the need to do all this? Other than the fact that the controversy probably helps build his career, but you do get hated, and then it's hard to tour.
Right.
If you've ever seen Tekashi 6ix9ine show on like Instagram or whatever, it's all white kids, little 13-year-old white kids. And no, I'm comparing it to the demographic of the average gangbanger. Like a YG show looks much different. I've seen a Young Jeezy show, much different.
Absolutely.
There's not 13-year-old white kids just in YG show. And so what I'm saying is I've never seen a gangbanger who's a rapper stage dive.
So is he really a gangbanger?
No.
Right, so
No, that was my point. My point is that the music and the kids who are loving your music, they don't really care about the gang shit.
Exactly.
Exactly. You might be causing unnecessary problems by even doing that, but your audience, they don't really care. Like, you could throw up like a rainbow flag and they'd be like, what gang is that? Let's rock. So again, I caution him like, hey, don't start problems with people like, especially like YG and people from the West Coast. They live it. Their parents grew up in it, and it's just historically ingrained in their DNA. So they're gonna be very offended. And
if you're an artist and you want to be successful, you have to go to LA. You have to go through LA. You have to. Well, just like people have to come through New York.
If you want to tour.
Not just touring, but just business opportunities. Like, it's a lot of business opportunities in LA. It's a lot of music that's made in LA.
Yeah, but he could go to LA. Let's be clear with him. Like, someone says you can't come here. Like,
anybody could go anywhere. I'm just saying that. All right, now.
For me, I think his shows are shut down in LA. I don't think he can.
Yeah, his shows are shut down. But the thing is that just moving around. Like, you go to LA. Of course,
his label's in LA.
Yeah, anybody could go to LA and take an Uber or a car directly to where they have to go. I'm talking about when you have to move around. Now you can't do no clubs. It's a lot of money you can't make there.
Well, that is the risk he got to take, and that's the cost of doing business. The cost of getting this lit on Instagram. Yeah, you're not doing a club near anywhere where YG controls.
Well, they didn't seem too concerned, right? He was saying just one show got canceled, not a big deal. So, guess he'll be all right.
Real gangsters move in silence. That's all I'll say.
That's an interesting comment to close this segment.
Well, that's also a point he made. He said, listen, everyone who says they have a problem with me, they announce it online, and why not just wait till I get there and deal with it off the internet?
I'm no tough guy, but I always say, don't tell me you want to punch me in my face. Punch me in my fucking face.
I agree with that.
All right, so let's talk about Rich the Kid. He has an album coming over the weekend. He did tease a video for his Uzi diss track, Dead Friends. Offset also hopped on Twitter with something interesting to say. Don't beef with Rich the Kid, it comes with a chimney. He didn't aim this at anyone in particular, but do we think this was directed at Uzi or at someone else?
Would that be clout chasing? And did you create that term, clout chasing?
I might have coined it.
You better trademark that motherfucker before I do.
I'm going to hold off saying I created it because some motherfucker who said it like 3 years ago by mistake. But coined it, I'll definitely say I did that. Is this clout chasing? No. I mean, to be honest, the Migos have more clout than Rich the Kid. However, I will say I'm glad that they're showing support of Rich the Kid. Rich the Kid used to be like the fourth Migo, and he left them. He's now dropping hit songs on his own. He got his own label. He's been beefing with his own artists, which...
that goes with the territory. This nigga stole my shit.
Why be in jail, Mighty, the guy who's piping down Black China currently? He said that, I guess he's realizing what it means to be signed to an artist, because he said something to Rich, and he's probably thinking, even though you signed me, like, we're just homies. Like, that's what it is. Rich bosses up on him and says, no. This is how it's gonna be.
Right.
And I guess maybe a joint venture or something like that. So he's like, no, I'm gonna tell the guy who controls me. And he's like, no, nigga, I make the decisions.
So this is not clout chasing. This is him just
this is just Offset.
Doing too much, Offset.
No, this is just Offset supporting this guy. Okay. And also he's beefing with Uzi. And by the way, this might be because of the Uzi thing. Offset don't like Uzi. He dropped a track on the QC tape.
Yes, we know.
Dissing Uzi. So maybe he's just trying to send the smoke to Uzi. Like, yo, just in case you want to fuck around.
Yeah, they with the bullshit.
I kind of heard the song sounds good, but the video is... Listen, we got to applaud mumble rappers for doing diss tracks. This is a diss track. He has a fake Uzi in there. I don't know if we have the video.
Let's toss to like a preview of the video right now.
Now, Uzi is a artist who signed away all his rights to his label.
You and that Lil Uzi Vert, man. You said he's your son?
It seems like he was having some label issues.
Who?
The Lil Uzi? Lil Uzi Vert?
I've never heard of them.
You little niggas, my check bigger. Can't flex, nigga. Can't bet with.
If you guys just saw the video, he has a fake Uzi in there.
Right.
He's clowning him.
Right.
These rappers these days, they deal with their problems on tweets and Instagram story, like beefs, right?
Tweefing.
Yeah, whatever, right? So the fact that he's like making a diss song, I gotta give that man credit, man. Yeah. And now, is it good promo? Absolutely.
Yeah, it's promo for his album. I mean, Tupac had a fake Biggie and hit him up.
Right.
And a fake Little Kim.
Right.
I mean, and hit him up.
Maybe Rich the Kid's taken from Tupac.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Tupac still lives on.
Exactly. So
I mean, but I was saying, how's it gonna sound? Like, I don't think Uzi's gonna, like, what is he gonna say back? Like, I just can't picture them. Now, Rich the Kid, he's done his shit, but what is
Oh no,
Uzi
Uzi has a lot. Uzi could shit on his career with one song.
But will he, though?
How would it sound?
Because the song that Richard Kidd is dropping is called Dead Friends. It's kind of almost playing off Uzi's EXO tour life where he says all my friends are dead.
Right.
So if I'm Uzi, I would shit on his whole career by saying that one song is your whole career. It is.
I think you have to define the lines of clout chasing because what I see goes in different directions. Okay. It's entertaining as shit, but I don't think anybody is above it. I think everybody, including myself at times, says shit on social media with the intention to draw a reaction, which is based in trolling, but it's different. So maybe you need to define what is clout chasing.
If I had to say what clout chasing is in this situation,
right.
Lil Uzi Vert, very hot artist. At this time and point, he doesn't want to beef with no one, right? Rich the Kid needs promo. He needs quote unquote clout. You need that buzz.
Right,
you need whatever to get the sales up. He's aiming at Uzi. That's clout chasing. Like, all right, you're not gonna respond to me? Fuck it. I'm gonna drop a song dissing you, and I'm gonna get the energy of people want to see what I'm saying about you, at least on my project. So
see, I think everybody does it, and no one is above it. You were saying something?
No, I was about to say, but bringing it back to the music, he also has 2 great records. New Freezer, you know what I mean, is doing well, and Plug Walk is doing very well. So I know that he is bringing attention to his project by putting this out, but is it a real situation? Does he feel some way about Uzi? I don't think this is just coming out of nowhere.
I think they do feel, well, his artist exposed him about that. His artist was like, yo, Playboy Cardi was about to beat your ass for the disrespect to Uzi. So apparently something happened behind the scene where someone who's cool with Uzi was about to fight him or that. Who cares about all that?
I have a Colorful Dreads death match.
Yeah, you know what was more interesting? Until the video comes out, the most interesting thing about Richard Kidd this weekend was that his wife is filing for divorce, man. And all his DMs got leaked. I love it. I love it. That's the bullshit I love.
Yeah.
I stay away from that.
I was loving
I'm interested in that.
I was loving that. But I'm super happy for Richard Kidd. If you asked me 3 years ago, I thought he would be a hype man. And he turned into being his own artist and his own CEO. He's signing these niggas for $20,000. I gotta give that man credit.
You got big expectations for this album?
You know what? I think he's gonna sell like 30 to 40,000. That would be a huge win.
Okay.
That's
huge
great.
win for him.
Yo, listen, he got Kendrick Lamar on the song. That's a huge win.
Yo, he's the French Montana for young niggas. You don't understand. I remember he got Frank Ocean to like get in the studio with him. I'm like, nobody can even find the motherfucker.
Everybody. Yeah, he has a song
like he got a song with The Weeknd. I'm like,
I love the track with him and Trippie Redd. Early morning trapping.
Yeah.
That's what I like.
All right, this project's coming soon. We'll see what happens. So remember a couple weeks ago, Lloyd Banks retired for like a few hours and then came right back. So now it's Jeezy's turn, but Jeezy might actually be more serious. So he tweeted, as the Cole Summer Tour comes to an end, it was inspiring seeing my day one fans since my first album and Class TM 101 come out every night. Now class is coming to an end. It's time for graduation. He's basically saying TM 104 is going to be his last and final album. So if Jeezy really retires, first of all, do you guys think he's going to follow through? And how's his legacy looking at this point?
I gotta be honest, I've seen The Game retire 10 times. I've seen Jay retire once. I've seen
Banks,
50 say he's gonna retire. I think the traditional I'm retired shit after the next album is just promo for the next album. Like, you'll never get another one, go cop this, right? Do I believe Jeezy will not make another album? I think he will. Will it be in a timely fashion? No. But he's a guy who does well with touring. He has a great fan base. He's going to be good, and he probably realized at this point there's really no need to keep pushing out music.
Yeah.
Because it's not like he's going to become the hottest artist again.
Yeah.
He's just constantly here.
I think his legacy is solidified. He got 2 classic albums to me. Thug Motivation 101 and The Recession. Like, those is 2 important albums in his career. Like you said, I think that he's going to fall back because you seen he just sold that. Was it Avion? Is that the company?
I don't know.
Well, he's a part of that company, and they sold a big stake in it. I know he made a big check off of that probably, so he'll probably just fall back for a bit, but I think he'll put something out maybe a couple years down the line. But as for right now, he probably wants to chill so he could boss up a bit more.
Yeah, when he came on the show, he talked a lot about working with other artists behind the scenes as well.
Yeah, he got like some executive shit going on. I'm always like weary when artists start talking about retirement. you're only talking about retirement from recording music because I know you're gonna tour. Like no one's gonna ever say no more tours. You get me? Like that's the money. I guess you just don't want to. And again, I'm not. I'm becoming an artist, so I'm getting.
Stop it!
I'm learning.
Stop it!
Lil Ak.
I'm learning how tedious it is to get in the studio and create a full project.
Did you say tedious? Your songs are 2 minutes long. Cut it the fuck out.
AK-27.
However, but I have to think about Jeezy. It's like a football player, right? They always say for the football player, when they start thinking about retiring, they usually retire like after they have a good Super Bowl run or like a good playoff run. But you know why they say they're retiring? They don't want to go through that preseason, like off-season workout shit.
Well, with football players.
That's tedious. The same with creating an album. Like you have to literally, sometimes it takes months.
Now he's a rapper over here.
If I can jump in. I'm not mad at Jeezy for announcing his retirement. If he doesn't come back and makes any more music, I wouldn't be mad at him. When he came out the gate, he was known as the poor man's Jadakiss. Yes? A lot of people in New York? No?
To me, no.
Okay, he doesn't know. Well, that was the same. But he earned his the hard way. I gotta respect that. Traveled around the country, carried the South on his back. I'm not mad if he doesn't come back. His talents, and he is talented in terms of business, are needed in a different area right now. Sometimes you just get tired of touring, being on stage, putting out music. The generation is different now. Everybody's a cynic. Everybody's a critic. Not that that would knock him off of his square, his position, but he's needed elsewhere. I would rather see Jeezy focus on what it is that he has been doing, A&R at Atlantic, I think.
He did YG's album.
Okay, but I would rather see young Jeezy step up and knock L.A. Reid and the rest of these old-ass niggas the fuck up out of here and really, really put his Mac down. He's a good businessman. And again, I have to respect his come up. He earned his the hard way. And when I said he was known as the poor man's Jadakiss, I wasn't trying to diss him. What I'm saying is that he really had to work. He really had to put a lot into the shows. He's done features with every fucking body.
Right.
Everybody. That's someone who can relate to other people, who can put the bullshit aside, who can say, hey man, we need to do this for the culture. He uses the word culture a lot. I ain't mad at him. Influence has been strong over the years, strong. And again, the greatest power is influence. You couldn't deny his presence, his impact. I know you guys did an extensive interview with him. I saw parts of it. But I wouldn't be mad if he doesn't come back and just focuses on being an executive that this genre, art form, culture truly needs.
Yeah, very good points.
I'll say one last thing, like with Jeezy, his intros are the most, are always the best songs on his album. So if he gives us an intro track at least once a year, I'm cool with him retiring. Yeah, his intro tracks.
If he retires
for you
now,
right?
Is he a legend in your eyes?
Absolutely, easy.
Not just a legend, but a pioneer.
Right.
A pioneer.
Right.
I agree.
Salute to
Definitely, when we think of trap music, if there's a Mount Rushmore for trap music, his face is there.
But not just trap music.
I'm also talking about business because, you know, coming out of the early 2000s, I think he popped off in
2005.
I
thought it was 2001.
His first album came out 2005.
Oh, okay.
Well, he was with like a group.
Yeah, so my point is with regards to business, you know, understanding where the South was at that particular point in time and getting endorsement deals, branching out beyond just putting out music. That's all pioneer shit. Everybody can't manage other people. Everybody can't have a label that puts out artists and avoids fucking drama, tension, and bullshit. He's been very, very successful in doing that over the years.
Yeah, I was saying beyond trap music, he's just like one of the best artists ever. He wasn't the most lyrical, but he made some of the best music. He's made some of the best music.
Anthems.
Albums, like I said, 101 and Recession and Trap or Die. Like, I don't know if anybody's had those three type of caliber projects in their catalog, you know?
Word. Salute to Jeezy. So we got one more album. Well, stay tuned.
Were you feeling the last two? The Church and Streets and the...
Not as much as the others. Not as much as the others, I have to admit, but I still appreciate Jeezy's contributions, like.
Of course.
You know?
Want to talk about Lupe?
Oh, let's go.
A little bit of positivity here.
I'm gonna serve it up to you, Star.
Nah, not yet. Not yet.
I can't wait to hear what Star.
I told you. Let's go. I'm sorry.
All right, so my guy Lupe got on Instagram Live and, addressed some of his issues. We know that he hasn't had very pleasant things to say about Kendrick Lamar since Control happened. So here's him addressing that with fans.
About their verses, about their bars, what fans think, what other rappers think, I think about other rappers, and how I categorize them and stuff like that. And sometimes I do, and sometimes I don't. And maybe I should have just left it alone. Even though my impetus was the Control verse, I mean, you put yourself out there like that, so you opened yourself up for the critique. But, I mean, even that still, I should have just shut my fucking mouth. So I apologize for even engaging and talking about niggas' careers or what niggas do or how they do it. It's none of my business. So I'll never speak about that shit again.
It takes a lot to apologize, especially such a public apology for someone like Lupe. Star, let's hear it.
This is my nigga right here. No, real
Really?
talk, real talk. When I interviewed him, we had a great conversation. He was a little young in his thinking at that particular point in time. I think it was 2012 or 2011. He didn't vote at the time. He's now voting now. He apologized to not just former President Obama, but Obama supporters. Yeah, he did a lot of apologizing. He also called Kid Cudi a bitch. He said, I ain't apologizing to that bitch.
Well, we might as well toss to that video. So look,
Okay.
yeah, he did apologize to Kendrick, like you said, for Cudi, not the same. We'll just roll it and then we'll let you finish.
Okay,
your thought.
okay.
I will never apologize to Cudi because that shit was so gay. And it's just something that, it's certain people that I can't. My body won't let me do it. But much success to him and his squad and his team, everything that he does and all his friends. But I until that needs to be settled on his side, I can't fuck with that. And I know that strikes some people, fans, as being fucked up, but I mean, like, that's just something I just have to eat, and that you gonna have to eat.
Sometimes your body won't let you apologize. Sorry for cutting you off, Star.
And if I can just finish, when I say this is my guy, I'm not trying to clown him.
No, I love Lupe.
Where he's at right now is a great place. He's a critical thinker. A critical thinker. If he would have come on this show and put his fucking feet up, I would just sit back and let him just talk his talk. He's now voting. I think that is a huge step for him. I hope that Talib Kweli will step forward and vote. And I say that respectfully, Talib Kweli, the generation needs you. He's now voting. I think that's great. He pulled out the 40 cal with the infrared beam on this clip. I said, oh, shit. And he pulled out the machete. He's talking that hot shit. Where he's at now, mentally, I like it. He's ranting. His voice is needed. He apologized for lasers. Did you know that?
Really?
You're a Lupe fan.
Yeah.
The hate or miss is nothing. He apologized for lasers.
He's had a hard time with that album. No, that's what that album I feel like is when that.
My last point. He's a critical thinker and he's creatively frustrated. And I don't say that to clown him. He's creatively frustrated. I think he will be one of the voices of the future with regards to generations to come.
Yeah, it feels like that creative frustration peaked around lasers. Like that shit broke him. It felt like, you know what I mean. But anyway, what'd you guys think of these? Him addressing Kendrick and Cudi?
I mean, I still don't get why you got so much like energy for Cudi. Like, I tracked that whole beef back.
Call him a bitch.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. From what I saw and some other shit happen behind the scenes, Cudi called him out initially because he was selling verses on Twitter for $500. Now, that is some entrepreneurial shit.
It's the worst beef ever, though.
Yeah, but like, I think Cudi was really popping. He was like, yo, as a rapper who got money, why are you charging fans like $500? And I think Cudi was assuming it's the same. Anyway, man. Listen, I'm glad he apologized to Kendrick, but him and Cudi need to catch a fair one, man. You know what I mean?
Now we'll Kung Fu Master Lupe. Kung Fu Master Lupe. He's
not like a real sword fight, but you know that shit where they do it like.
Oh, Lupe does karate,
all
man.
that shit. He does that karate shit.
He's in the judo, all of that shit. You could.
Cudi might do that MMA shit, man. Don't sleep.
I don't know, man, but. I mean, Lupe, I don't know where he's at.
Sometimes, no, man. He might be one of them niggas you hit with them kung fu moves and he don't even feel it.
But I really don't know where Lupe is at. I mean, from Food and Liquor, which is one of my favorite albums, The Cool, those are two of my favorite albums ever, to where he's at now, I don't know what he has going on. It's like, all I get from this is that he has a lot of time on his hands.
Don't do that.
No, I'm being serious.
Give him the credit of evolving.
Evolving, I'm just saying, I see a lot of times now that Lupe is speaking and I'm not hearing the music like I used to. Like I said, 2 albums that I just mentioned are 2 of my favorite albums ever.
Of course, but he has put in the work. And I'll even say that Nori from Capone Noriega, Joe Budden, and Lupe, these are the voices. If he starts podcasting and gets into radio, I would so support him. So support.
I agree with you on that point.
Yeah, I mean,
I feel like he should put some structure behind these Instagram.
That's why I'm saying he has a lot of time.
I'm sorry, Go ahead.
No, I was just saying that's why I feel like he has a lot of time because he's been doing this for a while. He's always been vocal on Twitter. He's always engaged with his fans, but it's never turned into something. And now the music is not the same way it was before.
It doesn't have to be.
I'm not talking about the caliber.
You have to let your pioneers, your artists, those who have established certain footing, you have to let them evolve. I think that if he would start doing a podcast or a radio show, it would be largely successful. He's got something to say. He articulates well. And he's got an understanding of traveling, writing, publishing, all the things that Joe Budden and Nori have an understanding of. This is the next guy in line, if you ask me. And again, the fact that he's voting, I salute him, I commend him.
To Star's point and addressing yours, I do believe at this point in his life, it's more about his message more than music.
Right.
And so we can't expect, we can't look at him like, all right, so where's the music? I think where he's going mentally in his growth, like he's given us the music already, and that's really good. Yeah. That's not where his evolution
So
stops.
is he retired, you think?
He's reborn.
I doubt it. I think there will be more music.
No. I don't, what happened?
He said during that video that music's coming.
Yeah, music's coming. But he's one of those artists where I wouldn't put these artists at this level on a retired platform, but they give it when they want to, not when fans want it from them. You get me? So it's like, y'all get it when I'm inspired to give it. Other than that, I'm gonna have a lot of time, unless I'm doing a lot of shows, and I'm gonna be on Instagram Live saying whatever the fuck I want and showing off, you know what I mean, the blicky. You feel me? That was his home security. That was his ADT home security, man. I like how he described it.
He had the infrared beam. He said, home security. And then pulled out the fucking the machete.
He says, this is my home security. Basically telling people, just run up if you want to, man. You're not tripping no alarm over here that's gonna call the cops. I got you.
If we wanna go back to the music, I think he has the capability, if he gets with the right producer and lets someone else produce more than what he has had in the past, which was a lot of control. He was a control freak. He may have in him a masterpiece that could cross certain boundaries and genres. I think he has that capability.
I mean, he's done it already with the Cool. Yeah, the Cool and Food and Liquor. And Food and Liquor 2 is really good too.
I also like Tetsuo and Youth a lot.
Yeah.
It was just very lyrical.
Yes.
I think most people wouldn't listen to it casually, but yo, much love to Lupe as always. Glad to see you doing better. All right, so Don Q just dropped his new project, Don Talk. He stopped by Funk Flex. Let's check out Grade the Bars.
All you new niggas is nursery. All you new niggas should worship me. And if your mother was ever a smoker, then we probably know that bitch personally. Internet niggas researching me. I got them wondering how many niggas is under them. If you've been taking your notes and studying, hopefully you could be one of them. Won't see me stumbling, not at no party. I know how to move when they rumbling. When niggas start dumping outside of the party and bodies start dropping and tumbling. Manslaughter on the camcorder. Go and tell that hoe I got a plan for her. Fly out, then I transport her. She get caught off, I give her Zan water.
All right. Wayno, are we feeling it? There's no phone here.
I mean, I said
Did
this.
he own this
there was a
one?
phone
Did he
right there. There's a phone
Did
right
you
there
see
on
a
his
phone?
left.
I didn't. I know last time we spoke about this, you want the artist to really own the freestyle and feel confident.
Yeah, I mean, I said this, duh, he's always gonna be able to do this. And I like his project. I listen to Don Q's project, Don Talk.
Don Talk.
But what?
But?
There's no but.
Sounds like you back to spill a little hate now.
Nah, no hate. I don't got no hate for Don Q. Not at all.
Stop instigating, Star.
Nah, but I mean, he did.
Go ahead and grade him.
I give him an A+. I give him an A+.
Oh, shit.
I give him an A+. I mean, that's what he does.
It's an easy A+.
Yeah, that's
no,
what he
it's
does.
not. No, it's not. No, it's not.
To me, it's an easy A+.
Why not?
You want to go? Shit, are you finished?
I'm finished, go ahead.
Objectively speaking, just on some bullshit.
Wait, when you say objectively speaking on some bullshit, I like that. Okay.
Bullshit.
It's like an oxymoron.
I give him a B+.
You're just sprinkling some hate in it just because. I get it.
I think people that wear sunglasses inside are a little fugazi. Hear me out. I've never interviewed anybody with sunglasses. I have even told A-list celebrities, I'm not going to interview you with sunglasses. There's no fucking sun in here. He's got the bars. He's got the bars. What's with the sunglasses? Come on, my nigga. I give him a, what did I say, B+? Yeah.
Yo,
B+.
that's hilarious because one time I tried that cool shit at one point in time in my life where I was wearing sunglasses. I almost broke my foot because I stepped in some crazy ass pothole trying to be cool.
I need to see
There's
your...
certain niggas that wear sunglasses in the club.
I need to
You
see,
can't see
in the
shit.
club is one thing. I need to see your fucking eyes. I couldn't see his eyes. Give him a B+, man. I bigged him up last week. I gotta keep a trill on him.
Oh man. All right, so our last one, our can't unsee it. Sorry, this is OVO Chops. You can blame him for this one. Here's Lil Xan performing California Love during a recent show. Is there more footage? Did he do anything besides the hook? Was he scared of fucking up the lyrics?
Can I go first?
Yo, y'all stop, man. Y'all gonna accept his apology and let this man off the hook. Y'all gotta stop the giggling. What y'all want me to do? He's rapping Pac song. This is his show now. The 13-year-old kids who love this song Betrayed, where the hook of the joint says Xan's gonna save you, all that bullshit, they don't even know Tupac. They probably, what is this shit? You get me? But this is how much he's on an apology tour now. He got a Tupac shirt on at all times.
Right.
The next thing he got to do is get a Tupac tat under his eye. We got to forgive this kid. We got to.
I've been forgave, Xan.
We got it. Okay, so no more of this.
I would like to jump in here before Wayno says something racist.
Whoa.
Stop it, Star. This is what Martin Luther King Jr. was talking about. This is fucking beautiful. This is, I watched this 3 times. I started bopping my head. No, he didn't know the fucking lyrics, but this is beautiful. If Tupac were alive, he would cry looking at that shit. Little white Mexican Hispanic kids singing.
I thought he was gonna say something racist.
No, I'm supporting and condoning this. Tupac would cry if he saw that shit. Little white kids singing his song? Are you kidding me? Love it, love it.
Oh, man.
Is Xan's forgiven? I just want everybody because
he surpassed being forgiven.
Xan is on the road to redemption, man. Salute to Lil Xan for doing that. I wasn't feeling the Tupac shirt shit. That shit was hilarious when he did it though, but I mean, I don't have.
You forgive him?
I forgive him, man. I forgive Lil Xan.
Man.
Stop the racist rhetoric.
Oh, stop it.
Everybody's forgiving Lil Xan. I feel like this kid is getting a beating. And I could tell he'll do anything.
Absolutely.
He'll do anything. He might go to Cuba himself to look for Tupac. You could tell he just wants forgiveness. He didn't mean anything wrong. I believe he's from California.
He is from California.
He knows California love if he's from California.
Yeah.
You don't gotta know Tupac.
And of course, like you could tell, like the internet bullies like Wayno, who's just
shit.
Wayno. You went black Twitter.
I didn't get the memo today about this one.
No,
I ain't put this in the rundown.
By the way, Wayno is like a highly ranked member of Black Twitter, and they've been calling this vulture. And running him off the block.
So you were being racist. I was just
not him.
Never. Stop it.
They were definitely giving him a tough time.
Y'all can't. Let me Euro step this shit. Y'all not gonna put me in here. Y'all not gonna have no community coming into my mentions going crazy. Nah.
The Lil Xan 13-year-old community, they'll come through.
Nah, I never said nothing racist about that young man.
When and if he comes to New York or New Jersey, I'm going to see him live. And when he does this classic, I will be in the audience, holding my yacht.
He got to do Troublesome next. He got to do Troublesome 96.
Oh, this is fucking beautiful.
Just somebody give him the memo. Don't do Hit 'Em Up in New York. Just cool out with that one, all right?
This was beautiful. Beautiful.
Just cool out with that one.
Cool out with that one.
Keep playing California Love.
Look, I didn't never know about that beef. Like,
actually, when you come to New York, don't even do California Love. Just do Dear Mama, okay? Let's keep it there. Do Dear Mama.
Shouts out to Lil Xan, man.
Word, I wish we could end every episode with a Lil Xan video.
Yeah.
Feels so light to
laughing hard as hell, yo.
I'm sorry, this shit is too funny to me.
We gotta get Lil Xan on here. Lil Xan wanna confront you, yo. Like, he's not no joke. Like, Lil Xan is out here trying.
He gonna come up here with the police.
Yeah. listen. You heard even the rainbow gangsters say it. There's a difference between gangster and stupid. Lil Xan says, yeah, there was 20 Pac fans about to jump me.
Right.
I ran to the cops.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Maybe he just wasn't stupid.
And to Wayno's credit, I saw you on Twitter. You were speaking in front of the babies this past weekend.
Yeah, man.
There you go.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah, I got a chance to speak at the Isaac Center in East Harlem. They gave me an opportunity to talk to the kids about music and them getting into it, what I could provide them with any information. It was amazing, man.
My nigga Wayno out here.
3 blocks away from where I grew up. I never thought I'd be able to do
Nobody
stuff
hit me
like
up.
The hater misses nothing.
You know what?
Come on, why would they?
Because he always wants to check. Wayno will do it for the kids sometimes.
Act me like, yo, all right, what's up with the bread, though?
Nah.
You did it for free?
Yeah, I did it for free,
For the
man.
kids, act.
Listen, it's all for the kids, man.
So full of shit.
Nah, I did it for the kids.
For the kids, man. You got a lot of time like Lupe then, man.
Ah,
You got a lot of time.
I definitely got some
Damn.
weekends on my hands. Definitely.
Yeah, man.
All right, y'all.
But we love the kids. We give back.
Ack, you don't love the kids. Yo, thank you for watching. We'll see you guys tomorrow on
Ack
Everyday
face.
Stuff. He doesn't care about the kids at all.